In 2016, the Warriors and Cavs played one of the greatest regular season games, which happened to be on Christmas Day. At this time, they were the two best teams in the league and just came off an epic 7-game series in the NBA Finals. With the Cavs winning 3 straight to close off that series, the Warriors knew that they needed to make the next move, and they made the most intimidating one of all by adding Kevin Durant to their legendary Big Three to become the most stacked team on paper in NBA history. This game was the first time these two teams met since the NBA Finals, but it was more than just a regular season game. It was a chance for the Warriors and Cavs to make a statement in this growing rivalry. While these two were the best teams in the league, their play styles couldn't be more different. The Cavaliers heavily rely on good spacing and Irving LeBron's ability to break down the defense. On the other hand, the Warriors' offense was based around tons of off-ball movement and great passing, primarily to get Steph and Klay great looks. Most may prefer the latter, but Cleveland has learned to slow it down over the past few years. The Warriors started out by attacking Kevin Love in very creative ways. Curry comes off a pin down into a dribble handoff, Love comes up to help, and with Klay in the corner, Kyrie's going to stay with him, so Liggins has to hustle down, Love puts his arms up and deflects Curry's pass. Next time down, the Warriors try the same thing again, and Love knows it's coming and deflects the pass. Seeing those results, the Warriors decide to simplify things. Curry runs pick and roll to hunt Kevin Love, which opens up the short roll. The ball finds Klay, and he has all that space for a layup. Then a few minutes later, Durant initiates the pick and roll, and notice how Looney screens for Curry on the left side to keep both defenders occupied, and Pachulia is wide open at the rim. The Warriors had a lot of success just running basic pick and rolls. Because Cleveland's so worried about Curry and Klay's three-point shooting, KD's basically playing 2v2 and creating great looks. Even though they miss some shots, running pick and roll minimizes mistakes, which makes it a very effective offense. But it was this dilemma between running their traditional motion offense compared to basic pick and rolls that really dictated the outcome of this game. The Warriors tried going back to the movement offense, but LeBron does a great job staying attached to Durant and leans his whole body to deflect the pass. He then gets back on balance and sprints down the court before finishing with an amazing layup. With LeBron on the ground, the Warriors rush up the court, and Durant says fuck that movement offense and stuffs it in Kevin Love's face. But shout out to Love for realizing LeBron's behind everyone, and he slams it in, and it was on. Besides this incredible sequence though, Cleveland had a hard time generating good offense. For a team that relies on great spacing, that was going to be challenging because J.R. Smith was out for this game. DeAndre Liggins had been filling in for him, but he's more known as a defensive specialist than an offensive player. With 2 non-shooters on the floor then, the Warriors loaded up on the big three, but especially to Kyrie and LeBron. With another great defender in Durant, they had plenty of guys that they could throw at both players. LeBron would try to attract the defense and kick the ball out, but the Warriors would just run the shooter off the 3-point line. This plan worked, and they had no reason to pivot because Thompson and Liggins never made any shots. So in an effort to improve the spacing, Ty Lue subbed them both out for Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson, which opened up the offense. With Frye spaced out to the corner, LeBron runs pick and roll to attack Ian Clark, and he has all that space to get to the rim. Next time down, the Warriors hide Curry on Jefferson, so the Cavs clear out the paint and he gets fouled. Then early in the second, LeBron runs pick and roll with Richard Jefferson. As he attacks the paint, Frye floats to the corner and knocks down the 3. Now the substitution doesn't come with downsides. Unlike the Warriors, the Cavaliers roster is mostly one-dimensional, meaning that Ty Lue's often choosing between offense and defense. The Cavs normally play Thompson more minutes because he's a better defender and knows the Warriors' motion offense better than Frye, and he was clearly needed, especially when Draymond's comfortable challenging Frye at the rim. Luckily for Cleveland, they still had a generational player named LeBron James who helped make up for the lack of spacing by putting his stamp on this game. To end the half, LeBron runs pick and roll to attack Curry, and he splits both defenders before finishing around Pachulia. And just like the first quarter, the Warriors push the pace with James down and even benefit from a Jefferson screen, but LeBron reminds them of the NBA Finals with an amazing chase down block. That momentum seemed to carry over in the second half, starting out with an excellent play. Draymond knows that Liggins trying to set a screen for Love, so he gets there early. But Love sees that and hides behind Thompson's screen, and now he's wide open for 3. But where the game really changed was when LeBron started to make his threes. At this point in his career, LeBron wasn't known as a 3-point shooter. He had improved his shot throughout his career, but he was only shooting 35% from 3 at this point in the season. The Warriors' game plan was to make LeBron's life hard at the rim, meaning that they would live with him making threes. Notice how they went under all these screens, but he continuously made them pay. LeBron made 4 threes in the third quarter alone to keep the game within striking distance, and it looked like the Cavs were in good shape. Except, that's when Kevin Durant reminded the Cavs that this matchup was different with him on the floor, especially with his ability to dominate by keeping the game simple. To start the fourth, Durant goes back to running pick and roll to attack Kevin Love, and he gets in the lane again and finishes with the and one. With the lead at 12, Durant does the same thing again, and he hits again, and the Warriors look like they had control of this game. Except, when you've come back from a 3-1 series deficit, a 14-point game with 8 minutes to go was nothing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they seize some of the momentum back as Jefferson gets revenge on KD by dunking over him. But it was the Warriors' mistakes that gave the Cavs some real life. Durant runs the same pick and roll again and gets it to David West, but Livingston can't handle his pass. On the other end, Irving misses the 3, Durant can't handle the rebound, and Love gets a dunk. But the main problem was their offensive approach. Golden State went back to their motion offense, but they never attacked Kevin Love, so he was just hiding down low, and the Cavs did a really good job fighting screens. Cleveland's not a defensive-minded team by any means, but they've seen the Warriors for the last 2 years. So while each individual isn't great defensively, they know what's coming and can anticipate the next pass. So their intelligence and hands help them get consistent stops, and they climb back in the game with this Iman Shumpert 3, bringing the deficit down to 2. Needing a score badly then, the Warriors go to the inverted pick and roll. Putting the ball in Draymond's hands forces the Cavs to pay attention to him, which then opens up the role for Curry. On the other end, LeBron forces the switch with Green. The Cavs then go to Kevin Love down low in the post. With the mismatch, Durant comes to help, Jefferson cuts, and he fucking commits murder on Klay Thompson. Did I say this was the greatest Christmas game ever? Anyways, that momentum was actually short-lived as the Warriors run the inverted pick and roll again, and Green floats it home to push the lead back up to 4. The Cavs then take a page from the Warriors playbook. In an effort to attack Curry, the Cavs have a back screen set for LeBron. Notice how Jefferson also sets a dummy screen to keep Draymond and KD's attention, and LeBron gets a free dunk. Next possession, Kyrie takes KD off the dribble into the paint, and he floats it in with his left hand to tie the game at 103. With 2 minutes to go, the Warriors want KD to ISO in the middle of the floor, but strangely have him come off Draymond's screen to do so. That takes forever to finally happen, and he subsequently misses the jumper. So with a chance to take the lead, Kyrie goes back to old reliable, attacking Curry in the pick and roll, and as he drives, LeBron cuts and he dunks it over Draymond Green, which takes us to the last 90 seconds of the game. The Warriors run a great play out of the timeout. They have Klay handle the ball to bring LeBron out, and Curry sets a back screen for Green, and he gets an easy dunk at the rim. On the other end, the Cavs put LeBron at the elbow. With no one in the paint, Kyrie cuts, but Klay makes an amazing recovery. Then with a chance to run, Durant initiates the fast break, and Curry's wide open on the wing to give Golden State a 3-point lead. After a Jefferson heave with the shot clock winding down, Golden State tries to run again, but Iguodala can't get it far enough for Durant. So now playing 4-on-4, Kyrie with some momentum gets a screen, and he drives into the lane before going up and under to make it a 1-point game. So with a chance to seal the game, the Warriors initially want KD to ISO, but they have the ball in Iggy's hands instead. KD ends up not getting the ball, so the Warriors then try to run some motion. The Cavs defend that well, and the Warriors are left to improvise with little time, and Klay can't get the shot off. So, on the Cavs' final possession, Kyrie has the ball, and you know the rest.
That's just wrong. Here comes Irving, drives on Thompson. Irving spins, puts up the shot. It's good! Kyrie Irving with 3.4 remaining.
On the final inbound, the Warriors want Durant in the low post, but he trips and falls, and the Cavs escape with a victory. At this point, a lot of people believe that the Cavs really had the Warriors' number, but in hindsight, the Warriors had control of this game and just made some self-inflicted mistakes to lose. More importantly though, from watching this game again, it really reminded me what fans are really looking for. It's not necessarily the parody of the league or for people to go back to the old days. Instead, it's for teams to care by playing great basketball, and this game felt like a finals match in December. And that's what makes this not just the greatest Christmas game of all time, but probably one of the best regular season games we've seen in a really long time. So, hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Just want to say thank you to everyone who has watched any of my videos this year. If you'd like to support me, you can do so here. Merry Christmas, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.